Yeah, so coming into this first corner, you're going to really want to take quite a late turn in, slight late turn in to get the apex and still manage to stay on the track. You can't really see there, but there's also a bit of a lip as well when you take the corner, when you do like a really good apex. So you have to be careful there because the rear can get quite unsettled. Coming into turn two, again, sort of like a little bit of a late turn in, but this car, I mean, one thing I noticed with this car is there's so much understeer. I found it to have loads of understeer. I'm not too sure exactly what it was like before the BOP change, but yeah, I tend to find that I have to turn in a little bit earlier. This next corner has a lot of off camber, so again, like I feel like you've got to turn the car in slightly earlier than you'd want to, brake just there on the white line, try your best to get the rear to kick out a bit. And then obviously once you've got the right angle, then you can get back on the throttle. The car is really balanced. This next corner, again, turn it in early. I tend to like to get like a little bit of an earlier apex on this one. Some people like to get a bit later, but that suits me better. This one, again, just throw it in quite early. Try not to touch the inside curb too much. You can ride the outside curb quite a lot, but the inside one, you touch it too much, you will spin out really badly. This next one, again, stay in fourth gear, try and go as wide as you can. Again, loads of understeer, but if you get the timing right, you should be able to make it stick. With this one, throw the car in. I could have been a bit more aggressive there on the curb, on the inside curb for the apex, but I still managed to make it work and get a what did I get, a 129? I think it was a 129 dead actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 28 is definitely possible with this car. Like this by all means wasn't like the cleanest lap in the world, so no, there's definitely room for improvement. After the BOP, like the car definitely feels a little bit more competitive now. Definitely feels faster. It's still, out of all the cars that I've driven so far, it's still the slowest, not by like quite a big margin. Like it's literally slower by like maybe 1 kph, 2, 3 kph, nothing major, but it's definitely got a little bit more grunt with it. But yeah, man, like the understeer really is probably the main thing with this car. I did a couple things with the setup to try and help alleviate that. Like what did I do? I basically stiffened the rear springs. That helped help the car rotate a bit more. I did 2 clicks at first. It did help with the rotation, the early turn in, but at the same time it made the rear a bit too sketchy when accelerating out of corners, so I lowered it back down to 1 click, so it's still stiffer than what it was before, but not too much, so that helped a bit. I also had to raise the rear ride height. I think before it was like at 6.5, 6. I then did it up to 7 centimeters. That helped. I tried softening the anti-roll bar, but that just caused it to be like on the front, but that just caused it to be way too oversteery, the car, coming out of the apex, so I had to put that back to normal. But yeah, I mean, I definitely do like the car better. I feel like I would want to drive it more. Like I definitely want to give it more testing, but I'm really impressed. With it. I'm glad that it feels more equal, because I think my best time before the BOP on this track was a 29.3 or 4, something like that, and now I'm just doing a 29 dead, and I'm pretty sure that I should be getting a 28 with a little bit more practice. The fuel as well is more in line with a couple of the other cars. I think the Porsche and the Mercedes SLS. I can't remember if there was any more, but yeah, it's definitely a lot more equal with the other cars now, so you won't have to worry too much about losing like loads of seconds in the pits. At worst, I think maybe you'll lose like 2-3 seconds with a few of the other cars, but obviously depending on your own fuel consumption, of course, everybody's different. But yeah, man, it's finally a joy to drive now. I can actually, start representing Britain a little bit more, driving a McLaren. But yeah, man, really happy with this change. Setups at the end, and hopefully you guys find it useful, and I'll catch you guys later.